Good morning, Mr. Raj Narayan, and thank you for speaking with me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here with us for this edition of Leaders Speak. You've had over 25 years of experience as an HR professional, and you've now been the Chief Human Resources Officer for Titan Company Limited since late 2012. So it's an absolute pleasure having you here and sharing your experience with us. I'll dive straight into some of the questions that we have for this. So the consumer products industry has been going through a large number of changes, and especially in the last 3 years. Titan, being a Tata Group company, is expected to lead in the industries that it operates in. So it'd be great if you could throw some light on some of the big initiatives that have been planned this year.
Titan, as you know, is in four major businesses. Our biggest business is jewelry. And we are the market leader in the jewelry retail business with about 5% of the market, but it's a huge market, as you know. We certainly would like to build on that, increase our leadership. In doing that, I think one big initiative which we are looking at for next year is to focus on a very, very key segment. Jewelry, as you know, is, and we are in the adornment space. We're not in the gold investment space. So being in the adornment space, one of the biggest occasions for which jewelry is used are weddings. Right? So we are looking at increasing our play in the wedding area. We're looking at various methods by which we can increase our share of the wedding market. Tanishq is not known as a traditional wedding jeweler, though a lot of our products, are seen as absolutely fit for weddings, and not just about the bride, but the larger family. Yeah. While we have a large number of customers who buy, I think there is a huge scope there to grow our market share in the overall jewelry space by the wedding play. In watches, which is our mother business, where we started, I think there's a huge amount of change going on. And one of the things that we're looking at is the technology and impact of technology on our products. In the eyewear business, we are the largest eyewear retailer. We certainly want to consolidate on our footprint, grow our business, but also look at a very large e-com play. Right. We're also experimenting with various products. We have perfumes. We've recently launched a pilot in a new category. So there, very clearly, it's about expanding our footprint. So getting our products in many more outlets from a distribution perspective, and perhaps also increase our retail play, right? And in the fragrances business, I think extending our product line will certainly be one of the things that we will focus on.
So with all of these initiatives that are being planned, it's expected that the competition is not going to sit back, it's going to react as well. So what are some of the challenges that you foresee that the company is going to be facing in this time?
Well, being a market leader, I think there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be nipping at our heels. So our biggest challenge is going to be how agile are we going to be, right? How do we predict what is going to happen in the market? Our ability to predict, our ability to stay ahead of the curve, our ability to bring in new products, our ability to create better and perhaps more elevating experiences for our customers.
So you've detailed some of the challenges that we're going to be facing, and we all know that Titan has always had a large number of task managers joining its roles every year. So what does an organization like Titan expect from young task managers like me?
One, I think question the status quo, right? I think we're an organization which is 30 years old, which is catering to a very large segment of the population. I think we constantly need to stay ahead of the current and look into the future. So young managers, especially from the TAS, I would say should be able to effectively question the status quo. Challenge what's happening in an agile and in a mature manner, put across their ideas, dare to implement, right? Dare to fail. Very important.
You've been, in the HR practice for about 25 years, so you have a wide variety of experiences. And it's understood that, you've also been a business leader for a lot of those years. So how has your leadership style evolved over these years and over the number of companies that you worked with?
Interesting question. I think it's evolved certainly. I mean, if I look at what my style today would be, I think I'm largely, and I think my team is in a better position to answer this, but if I were to answer it for myself, I think I would follow a very inclusive style, right? Participative, drive people to take decisions, play the role of a coach. Yeah. One needs to be directive sometimes. One needs to set the pace at different times. So I think one needs to use those styles as well. Yeah. So it would depend on the situation, but I would say predominantly it would be these two. Yeah. Has it evolved over a period of time? I think certainly it has. Grey hair and bald head teach you a lot of things, I guess. Yeah. But I think in my younger days, I would have been perhaps far more leading the charge, and perhaps be more directive in my approach. But quickly, thanks to various experiences that one had and exposure that one has had, realized that you need to take people along. And it's about creating trust. Yeah.
So if there's one thing that you'd look back and say, I wish I could change that about my life or about my career, what would that one thing be?
I wish I had worked longer in Titan.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been in Titan now only from 2012.
Right.
One of the truly people-centric organizations that I've seen. Right? I'm not saying this as a CHRO.
I agree
right?
with that.
I'm saying this as a professional. Right. And I think as an HR professional, the opportunity to value add is far greater here, because you're not constantly trying to convince people about the people side of things, right? So, if there's one thing I would change, I think I wish I had joined Titan earlier. Yeah,
that's a good answer. All right. So, final question from my side. There'll be a lot of young talent watching this video. Any management tips for these young budding managers?
I think knowing oneself early in life helps, right? A lot of times people don't pay attention to this till much later. Grab every opportunity to understand yourself better. Yeah, I think that's something very important. You can do that in different ways. Today there are so many tools available. There are so many programs which companies conduct, helping people to understand themselves. Once you've understood yourself, be true to yourself. Don't pretend to be anything other than who you are, right? I think that thing of being yourself and being genuine helps a lot.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Rajanarayan. It was a pleasure having you.
Lovely talking to you too.